this. Hey guys, this is me, Doc and Dave, and this is the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. We're at my home. We're actually in my dining room. That's where we decided to do this at tonight because we have a pretty dining room Christmas tree, and in the nativity scene over here, which David loves. So it is absolutely his favorite. So with that being said, because I want to get that out of the way early, welcome to the show, guys. And we'll be trying some of this. I asked people on the net about, or on our VIP chat page, and if you're not part of it, you should be, about the Kentucky Par. And of course, you know, I got the wise ass comments back from Mao. It says, I imagine it's pretty average. And then, you know, it might be about a 4 and stuff of that nature. Who knows? I don't know if it's good or not. I just know it's aged for 12 years, and I wanted to give it a try. It's new to Tennessee. And so David and I are going to try that tonight.
Check it out.
So we're going to pour this while the rest of you guys, we'll start with Jack Frost. Say hello and welcome everybody into the show.
Well, everybody, I'm glad to be here. It's a kind of chilly Wednesday evening in Colorado. I'm expecting some snow, but nothing too major. So figure might as well hit back on one of these Shenanigans Diamond Peak. It's kind of a repeat to the show. A couple people have had it on the show as well. This one here, we got 47% alcohol, so 94 proof. It's a single malt, distilled and cut with all Colorado flavors and water and malts and such. So pretty good. It's a little bit on the price point's about $65-ish for it. And it comes with a cool little shot glass that they actually, so you could screw right onto it and just go right out of it. So it's pretty cool. A lot of the Stranahan stuff, their major stuff has that. So it's pretty good stuff. And it's kind of my, I want to say my daily. I don't drink daily. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't drink bourbon daily. I'll drink beer every once in a while, you know, when I'm not drinking bourbon. But it's, gosh, I lost all train of thought. Maybe I need to take a drink of this first. Billy, why don't you go next?
Well, first I'm sipping on some Jefferson's.
Nice.
Today I did a little inventory of everything that I have, and I realized I have 22 open bottles. So I'm going to start going through them slowly, and when it gets down to enough, I am going to start an infinity bottle. And I know I told you guys last show, but from one of the guys, Chuck, who's watches our videos all the time, actually got me the 10-year-old Michter's Rye. So I'm going to savor this for a little bit. And now I got to get my hands on the 10-year-old bourbon. The weather's good down here. Normally in Miami, we average somewhere between 75 and 80. The temperature this morning was 47 degrees. I know for you guys up north, that's nothing. But for here in Miami,
T-shirt weather, man.
listen, I had on the sweater.
I could be in
You'll
Speedo.
be in a Speedo. That's T-shirt weather.
Yes. So, yeah.
I'm saying nothing.
Smile seen it. We like it.
And it was like that for 2 days, and that's probably going to be the most of our winter. So I'm enjoying it while I can.
There you go.
1972, it snowed there.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Fun fact.
Oh, never happened.
Rob, what do you got going on?
Not too much. So, been doing a little bit more hunting this week. I found I had to go pick up a new router, and I found the state store that was close to the place where I picked up the router at, and they actually, so Pennsylvania Fine Wines and Good Spirits has premium state store collections, which usually center more around wine, but this one that was close by they also do a bourbon collection. So they had a few more bourbon bottles than the regular store, and I found me a bottle of Rebel Yell 10-year single barrel, and sipping on that here. This is actually very delicious. You know, I'm impressed. It's got a little bit of apple, a little bit of citrus on the start. It's finishing with a little bit of caramel. Got a nice longer finish in the back of the throat. I'm $60, I think I paid for it, which wasn't bad. So that's what I'm hitting on tonight. I may switch over something else here later. You know,
I was curious about that. We could maybe get into that just briefly before you go. I see something like Rebel Yell, or I see something that's like normally like a mid to low bottom shelf
Right.
kind of a spirit, and I see that they've made something fancier, you know, and you see the price point for that, and you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Like, by and large, it sounds like you're happy with the Rebel Yell, but you know, maybe we can get into that after if everyone's done, maybe. But just to put that thought in your heads, like, what do you guys think about when you see something that's like very basic, we'll say, and they have a more special kind of select thing that they've got going on? You know, what have your experiences been? Has it been worth it? Might be an interesting topic, but that's what makes it. So credit Rob for that.
I mean, like when Jack Daniels comes out with Sinatra.
Mm-hmm. The dude, Sinatra was nice, man, for real. Like
It was. It was.
yeah, it really.
I'm not gonna knock it.
I can't lie. I can't lie about it. It was good.
Oh, and for you guys, you're on the other side watching this. We're actually more than 6 inches apart, and I think that's CDC's got.
Hey, DJ, what are you drinking on
One of
tonight?
us might be a playground. We don't know, but I feel like keeping my insides disinfected has been helping. So drink up.
Let's not get into the method of that though.
Yeah.
So,
DJ, talk to us.
what are you hammering down over there?
So I've got a new riff, bottle and bond, 100 proof, 4-year, just
Delicious.
easy go to. About four different stores here in the greater Nashville area actually came out with their store picks, so they're single barrel. So I was thinking of doing just starting off with this one and then opening up my store picks and do a little comparison of them. I'm not, like I said, I don't have the most sophisticated palate, but I mean, you could definitely taste the vanilla right off the bat. That's what it smells like to me. And it's throughout the whole sip. It's very smooth and very drinkable. And what I really like about our new riff rather is there's no burn at the very end, you know, and that's just for me. That's what I like. So this is a really good go-to bottle, and you know, as Bela likes to say, I'm being good to myself.
There you go.
There you go.
I may have to reach out to you, DJ, because we don't get new riff in Colorado. I had to order all mine, so
Yeah.
may have to talk.
You can at least
later, if you know
order
what I
it.
mean.
At least you can order yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that phone a friend.
And what's really interesting is that I can, you know, several different stores have their own barrel picks, and you know, just somebody who's got a really good palate and do a side-by-side tasting to all those different ones. You know, I think that'd be really cool to do. I mean,
Well, you know, that's what I have. I have like the Blue Note. I have six different store picks of the Blue Note, and they're 9 and 10 year. They vary from store, and they're all different. All of them are different proof. I just haven't broken them out yet, and I might actually do a blind one of these days of breaking off 6 of them out, and I'm actually have a couple more on hold at 2 other stores. So I might have 8 store pick Blue Notes in Colorado. So it's
There you go. Well, like I said, I can walk into any of these stores right now and get at least 3 different ones right now. So
yeah, I might hit you up for a new riff though. That's for sure.
Sure.
Mal, what are you drinking, buddy?
I am.
Smoke
Smoke
wagon.
wagon.
There you go.
Wagon.
So I eventually caught my unicorn. Yeah, so this is the uncut, unfiltered smoke wagon, sort of straight bourbon out of it's out of Las Vegas, 57.69% ABV. This was I was saving it for tonight. So this was my first foray into the smoke wagon. And
Please.
without swearing. Oh yeah. I think I've done a sex wee.
What?
A sex wee. That's beautiful. That is absolutely. I'll explain it. I'll explain it in the after show.
He's gonna look it up on Pornhub later.
I don't know if you'll find it on there, but I'll gladly explain it offline. Yeah.
Just go to Urban Dictionary.
Right. Okay. Go to the .co.uk version. Absolutely beautiful. I love this stuff. Dry fruit, bacon, spices, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak, but completely inoffensive as far as the oak goes. I mean, I like oaky anyway, you know that. It's strong with oak, but it's not overpowering. On tasting it, you get more oak, but you still get the fruit, you still get the bacon spices, you get cinnamon and a little bit of mint on the back end as well. And you get that comfort and heat, not a burn, but a very, very comfort and heat all the way down. Yeah, that's a solid 9 out of 10. Even
Yeah,
more plus.
I picked up a second bottle so I can finally open up mine. I'm kind of weird. Some of these things that are limited or allocated or
Did you just say that?
small run, I'll buy a second bottle and I'll open the first one and not touch the second one until I have, a perpetual inventory of one sealed bottle behind it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how everybody else does it, but it's me.
Well, as we get
I'll just
to,
buy it and drink it, dude.
all right, so we're gonna get to me and David's take at Kentucky Par, which is this bottle. I will tell you, first of all, looking at the bottle labeling as a 12-year,
It doesn't look like it would be anything fancy.
No.
It really doesn't.
it
It looks like a
it was-
wine bottle.
It,
See,
it
I
really
was,
does.
I
look
was
like a
thinking
wine
it looks like, I actually wanted to touch it and see it was plastic. That's what I wanted. I was like, it looks like a plastic
bottle. It
bottle.
looks like a bottom shelf bottle.
It
For real.
does. However, I got that Old Bardstown is freaking awesome, and that's a bottom shelf bourbon. And that's some good stuff.
Right.
Estate Bond. But anyway, David, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it.
My thoughts, and I get something different almost every time, but flavor wise, okay, so when we opened up this bottle, when we were smelling in the bottle, we were like, it smells like new car smell is really what we were getting. We're like, that's a little, it's not bad, but like it's a little different for a bourbon. But getting into this thing, first of all, it is really good. It is excellent, in fact, in my opinion.
Sorry, David. When you say that, I mean, it's not an unusual sort of smell or a taste. Is it like a leather or like a proper new car smell?
Yeah,
Would it be trade level for you?
trade level, like for these guys, I think they might want this. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
What are you talking about?
your trade there for this.
That you don't care for it?
Well, I mean, we're going to get to me here in a moment.
Okay, we'll get to you here in a moment. Honestly, what I'm
But I'm
getting
going to
off
answer
of,
your question. No, I don't like it.
really? Okay, that's wild. All right, because I get like a cedar kind of a sweet corn thing on the front. Seriously, I do. And
I can see the cedar. I can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that.
and it's nice and warm. Like you do get the sweet corn first, and it kind of goes to cedar. And there's just a warm, just the way you described the finish on yours, on your smoke wagon there, Mal. Just it's a nice, like, comforting warmth on the way down.
Mhm.
It's not like, seriously, what happened to you? Like, I'm surprised. Wow.
You got COVID.
You're like, this is so damn good. Like,
See, I think here's what it is to me. To me, it does have the cedar taste when you first take it in. It's definitely very cedar. But as soon as it hits that tongue, it turns into to me like a fruity drink, and it has almost has like a peat taste to it as well. I totally taste Scotch in that. That's what it tastes like to me. It has a very Scotchy like taste.
this to me Okay, so
Not smooth for
if
me.
you were to take a bigger drink from this glass and swallow it down quick, you might get a little bit of that kind of tastes a little bit like scotch, but probably the way you if you ever had the misfortune of drinking scotch, that you probably were trying to get through it as fast as you
Even
could.
trade right there. I know how much that costs.
Exactly.
I know how much that costs.
You know what? I'll do it because I know where I can get more of this.
I know where I have more of this too, but at least my wife will be happy where that right there. She'll never drink that.
This I like. This I like.
Well, you got plenty to try.
I sure do.
And you can have the rest of that if you want it.
You really dislike it that much?
I do. I did like it that much. I'm gonna go rinse the glass out here. Or I'm just reaching that drawing.
But is it, Jody, is it worth the price point?
No. Nope.
See, that's okay. That's a thing to consider here, which is why I'm okay with the trade, because I spent, so if you guys didn't see that, I had brought Zafra 21 rum from,
And it was brand new when we
Yeah, it was brand new when we
So
opened it.
both of them were brand new bottles.
This is out of Panama. This is seriously,
Panama.
maybe top 3 rums I've ever had at a price point of like $49, $50 that you can find at most places. Like it is a fantastic rum. I can drink it all very fast if I'm not careful. I demoed it on the show. I talked about it on the show like I think a few months ago when I first had one, and I was very well impressed with it. This is like maybe the 3rd or 4th bottle I've had, and I brought it over for Jody to try. So don't get me wrong, that's a great rum.
Yeah, I was thinking that is really good. I like that.
But this guy cost
Double that.
more than double that. And I really like it.
And
I would never pay what he paid for it, but I will do this trade. Yeah, that's fine. But you never know to experiment and try different things. I like this, honestly, like I do. So there you guys go.
There you go.
All right. Everybody's taste is different.
Yep. Well, like I said, I saw that sitting on the shelf, and when I first looked at it, I thought it was a bottle of Pinot Noir, because of the label.
Yeah, and it could. I mean, I've never had a bad old, like, for example, I love Sweetens Cove. I think that tastes great, and a lot of people don't like it, but I've never had anything over a 12-year that's been bad to my palate. That's not bad. It's just I don't like it, and I'm really disappointed in the price point on it because
If I were you, I would genuinely feel burned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but I felt the same way about the Rittenhouse. The manager over at the liquor store that I got a good relationship with, she recommended it to me. It was like $20, but the label looks like hell. It looks like a bottom shelf, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by it. I like the Rittenhouse. So do you guys think the labels really make a big difference as to whether you would buy something if you don't know what it is? Does the label have an influence on you guys?
sometimes.
Well, I think that there's science to back that up. There's well-documented research science that would say that packaging means the world to the consumer, and they're much more likely to buy something and pay more money for it based upon the packaging alone. I mean,
Yeah, listen, you're speaking to the choir.
Billy, as a chef, you must have heard that the first bite is with the eye.
Oh no, absolutely, and I mean,
So it's the same thing. It's that impulsive kind of what stands out to you. You put two meals down that taste exactly the same. One looks like a dog's just thrown it up. One looks, like nouvelle cuisine. Which one are you going to go for first?
Take your smokehouse for a second, right? There's or your smoke wagon rather, right? You have one smoke wagon that doesn't have any seal at all, and it's just a kind of a gold coating. And then you have the one you have has got that seal,
medallion,
right? And then there's another one that's got a bright red one on it, and if you set all three
Desert Jewel.
that, you're gonna go, you're gonna be attracted to the one that's got this medallion on it.
Well, and you call them by the colors too. You'll call them like, hey, I want the blue seal, I want the red seal, I want the black seal. You don't necessarily know them by name. You know them by the logo, or you know them by the color scheme. You know,
It's like
that's-
makers. It's like
branding
makers
is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Branding is
Yeah.
so big.
I mean, and
Well, the
listen,
ma-
I
makers
know
must,
that's why if you look at my
Right.
sauces,
This and that.
even the labels themselves, based on the flavor is a different color.
Relief.
And
Yeah.
you know, of course, when you walk into a restaurant, I can tell you when I opened my restaurant, I was the pickiest person in the whole joint. I literally sat in every seat in my restaurant and asked myself, do I want to sit here and have a meal? And if I said no, I actually took that table out because I didn't want anybody to have that bad experience.
So you ask
So
yourself?
packaging does play a part. I mean, it's like Jody says, he doesn't really buy anything that has a screw on top, but we all know there's some old Forester that's screw on top, but it's actually good stuff.
An old Eagle Rare, you know.
Well,
you
no.
can find that
I don't
with
have anything against screw on tops. Plastic bottles.
Plastic
Plastic
bottles.
Cardboard and plastic.
Just like you don't put your deer carcass on metal because you don't want the metal taste. Same exact thing. I want a plastic.
You know, I spend a lot of time working with my young managers when I'm training them and setting up a retail, and they think that they've got just the best things down and how they want to set up their Pepsi or their Coke coolers. You know, they send reps out, but set your coolers exactly how they should be set, because they've spent millions upon millions of dollars doing the research to figure out what needs to be at eye level, what needs to be down below, what needs to be up top. If there's specialty products, where are we going to place those in there? My managers don't listen to me, and I let them go the first time. And I come back and I go, okay, now let's bring the rep in, let them reset your coolers. Let's see what your sales differences are. And it just changes overnight. You know, what they do.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Listen,
The market research has been done on it.
You'll never find Coca-Cola anywhere other than eye level. Never.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care where you go into. Coke will never be anywhere underneath your chin. It will never be that low.
Right.
The market research has all been done on this, so it's kind of and everybody worth their salt knows it as well. So yeah.
What if you're 10 feet tall?
You're in the wrong store. You're in the wrong store.
The world wasn't made for you, so it's okay.
if you're 10 feet tall,
For the wrong planet.
someone else is buying your Coke for you.
There you go.
Very nice.
You're hitting the Coke with your belt line, not your eye line.
Shopping with your third eye.
So let me ask you guys this.
I'm trying to be G-rated over here.
I got a question for you guys. So has anybody ever purchased something that looked really, really good? It was a decent price, and then it just turned out to be garbage. I mean, just because of the packaging.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back at you. One of your comments just earlier there, Billy. But standard Old Forester, not for me, but
Mm.
The standard, the 86 proof.
the 86, yeah.
Yeah, that's it's not. It's not. Doesn't keep up with the rest of their collection. I'll take a 1920 or a 1910 all day long.
I've tried samples of those. I've got a bottle of the Statesman here, which I absolutely love.
The Statesman.
Yeah, Statesman I love. Yeah, that's good stuff. So we were talking about labels and just buying the bottle for the label.
Oh, the
82nd Airborne.
Oh, okay.
That is just a beautiful freaking bottle. And then they have another one with a scarlet dip to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought one of these, and then I set it on the shelf until I found another one, and I bought the second one, and I opened up that one. This one's unopened. But I bought it for the label, and I'm former military, so I have that bend where I'm looking for something that's always either military related or veteran owned. Not the best tasting stuff in the world.
I was gonna say I saw someone one of the groups pan it and said the bottle's awesome, but it's not a good bourbon.
Yeah, it's a good sink pour. But anyway, I bought it anyway, and I'm hoping that next year on Veterans Day, when I visit it, hopefully it's matured a little bit and it's a little bit better. But you know, it's one of those things. So I have one collection of bottles that are all military related, veteran owned. I just picked up a bottle of Irish whiskey called the Fighting 69.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, and I was
What
very.
the hell is it?
I haven't. No, I only
You
have
don't
one,
know yet.
and I won't crack it open until next Veterans Day.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to that. Now that's an Irish whiskey. Which, no, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I like to. On Veterans Day, I get together with some of my veteran friends, and we all do a bourbon tasting for.
Sure.
That's related. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've tried the Fighting 69 before. That's it's nice. It puts me in the mind of like a Bushmills Green.
Oh, I like
Uh-huh.
this.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little more, how do I put this? Impactful. It's probably the best way to put it, but it is good stuff to look forward to that. Like, yeah.
Well, and I had never had it before, and I knew it existed, so I was tracking it down, and I asked the guy, I said, "How is this stuff? I don't know anything about it." He says, "It's pretty darn good stuff." And I'm from Power, Davidson's, and Blackbush. I old Irish whiskeys, but so I'm looking forward to it.
It looks familiar.
I've been doing the same as yourself, DJ, with the bottles as well. I mean, my only bottle of Old Forester, standard Old Forester, I finished over the weekend, and the last one I finished was my new riff.
There you go.
Yeah, so that I've been going through in the run up to Christmas. I've been going through a bottle kill frenzy, so I make some space in the pub to fit my new ones. So yeah,
That's what I got to do over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Is I've got too many bottles, so I got to start quit buying a little and start doing some bottle kills.
once I finish this,
my mixers, I got to knock off here.
Very different flavor profile.
I've got that to finish tonight.
Good in its own way.
There you go.
There you go.
So,
But
once I finish this, and I'll make a start on that.
Like this is what.
Yeah,
I like this Circana not.
I'm actually pulling out all of my sealed bottles, the ones that I probably will never open, or at least not until I have a backup.
Yeah.
I'm pulling them all out of my liquor cabinet, and I got boxes from the liquor stores with the dividers, and I'm throwing them all in the boxes, and I'm putting them in the garage. And it's just stuff that I'm not, it's the Old Forester 150 year, it's some of the E.H. Taylor, some of the, Bookers and stuff like that I'm not really going to open. So first, here's the reason why I'm doing this. I don't own the place that we live in. So, but I've been collecting, and I probably should be saving for a house. So I'm actually going to start saving for a house here, starting tomorrow.
If you sold your collection, you could probably buy a house. I'm just throwing that out there.
You know what? I did the math. And,
starting tomorrow, you're going to be a grown up.
Yeah.
That is the entire down payment. I'm fairly confident.
As soon as I get my last bottle of Old Forester 150 batch 1, then I'll start collecting.
I looked today. Sorry to interrupt you again. I did look today for you, but I
appreciate that. I'll appreciate that.
I've
hasn't hit PA yet.
Everybody, and nobody has it in the area.
Yeah.
They said there was only 6 bottles in Middle Tennessee altogether.
I believe that.
Well, I'm on the hunt, and I'm about ready to either pay secondary price for them or sell batches 2 and 3, for secondary pricing.
Has anybody gotten their hands on Heaven Hills Parker Heritage
No, remember I had put that in the chat, in the VIP chat, in which if you're not part of the VIP chat, you need to be part of the VIP chat. It's good times. But I put that in the VIP chat that I discovered that they released the press release on it 3 weeks ago, I think, and it's the 75 year, I think is what it is. Not 75 year bourbon, it's 75 year anniversary.
Right.
And they're supposedly releasing it. I have not seen it. I know the price point is going to be outrageous.
It's
It's my guess.
119. I was looking on PA's website. It's not released yet, but they have it as a coming soon, and PA's listed it at 119.
Well, if you need my credit card number, I'll give it to you.
2 seconds, I got a pen.
every morning I log into the website and look at it to see if it's gone. It's moved to available from coming soon.
I just paid off with my credit card, so we can get them back up there.
Yep. Well,
I just jotted
Wow.
down Jack Frost's address to go ahead and help him with his storage woes.
Yeah. Yeah, the girlfriend.
I mean,
she's
I have to make a clandestine roadie to Colorado, man, and
You know what? You could definitely help me with some of my opens for sure.
See, I got a
No,
question
I got-
about that, about your opens. I mean, like for me, I was just looking at my we're in the dining room where my upstairs bar is located, which is right here. Okay. So it's pretty well stocked. It has a bunch of stuff in it. But anyway,
You've got more than one bar. That's what you should take away from that.
yeah. So, but outside of a few bottles, I mean, don't get me wrong, not every one of my Blantons is open, because there's no reason to have but one Blanton's open at a time. But for the most part, if I get a new bottle, I open it up and I have a drink out of it. I don't really understand. For me, I don't understand the collecting bottles just to be collecting them.
I'm weird.
Again, you said
Really?
that twice.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Baker, do you are you a gamer?
No, I do have an Xbox on every TV, but I'm not a gamer per se. I mean, me and my girlfriend, we
You have
will.
an Xbox on every TV and you're not a gamer?
And you're not a
Yeah,
gamer.
you can use them for like streaming, like video
Oh, no,
stuff.
Disney, yeah, because my downstairs TV is,
Go get a Fire Stick or a Roku to do that too.
yeah, but I upgrade to so I have the Scorpion Project one, which is like the last version of the,
Current
I don't
generation.
know, just the X or whatever. Anyway, but I use it. My girlfriend and I, we play Division, and she'll be in the bedroom playing on that TV, and I'll be downstairs playing here. So we play together.
But not physically.
You're a gamer.
The reason I was getting into it, because it is a gamer mentality kind of thing to like, I have something rare, I'm going to hoard it, and I'm not going to use what I have unless I know I have more. Like, I know that because of video games that I play, and you engage in the same kind of behavior. Like you gather all the resources, you gather all the super valuable stuff. You don't use it unless you know you can replace it.
The only things I hoard are toilet paper, ammunition, coffee, and bourbon. But I don't hoard the bourbon. I just make sure I have a lot.
You're well stocked.
I'm well stocked. But it's also
Yeah.
like the toilet paper. I use the toilet
But if
paper.
you buy like a case of Blanton, that's kind of hoarding.
I do that.
All right, so you do hoard the Blantons, but it's not really the same because he won't open a bottle of something
No,
unless he
I'll
already has another bottle of something. That is a I'm saving this kind of mentality that you get a lot from game. It was just an interesting point.
David, buying a case of bourbon at a time is not hoarding. That's playing it safe.
yeah.
in case they locked everything down again.
You know?
I will say this. I will say this. If I get my hands on something that will be considered rare or a unicorn, I have every intention on drinking it. But like I said, a year from now, I plan on having, a much bigger warehouse, a sound stage, a kitchen, and a bar, all in the warehouse where I can do my videos and stuff from. And I want to have people at the bar, and I want to have stuff that's not easy to get. And as crazy as it sounds, if somebody comes to the bar to see the taping or whatever, I'm not charging for it. So for me, it's not hoarding it. I'm really collecting it because I know what my plans are for it,
Sure.
Well,
And like I said, I got 20 something bottles open. I drink a little something different every day. I started with the Jeffersons and now I went to the Old Forester. So,
Dude, think of the distillers. The distillers are making this stuff. They're putting heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears, all the rest of it, generations and generations into it. And they do that because they wanted to be drunk.
for sure. And
And
I
we
don't
love them
know
for
I
it.
don't know if it's part hoarding, like maybe I'm part hoarder. My girlfriend thinks so because I really have a hard time throwing certain things away.
It's not a
because-
criticism at all. It's just it's just
No,
an
No,
observation.
it's not. I've got a
Because I
shitload
have
of empties.
sort of the
I
same-
don't
No,
need around the empties.
And it could be a problem. It could be a problem, right? Maybe we just diagnosed a problem on a Barcast. Love it.
Let me tell you something here, right? So I have some pretty expensive bottles and some bottles that are like hard to get.
Yeah.
That I'm never gonna open myself. Right? What I do with my bottles is that if I have a bourbon tasting and I invite a bunch of people over, what I'm gonna say is pick a bottle off the shelf. I don't care what it is, and let's crack it open and let's taste it together.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna do it by myself, but I certainly will do it with
It
others.
is made for sharing. It is made for sharing, yeah.
And that's the extent of my collection mentality. You know,
Mine
have
is very,
17.
very similar to yours, but I just want to make sure I get the first one out of it because I bought it.
Yeah.
well,
Mark,
There you go. What's up, brother?
you take a trip across the pond and you can have first shot.
Well, no,
Mark,
I
what
just
you
said that
drinking?
because I bought it, So
Mark, what are you drinking, buddy?
I'm trying to find a bottle.
Mark, welcome,
man,
buddy.
I just had another adventure. I got to tell you guys about this one. Lord.
Okay.
What was her
Blood
name?
Oath.
Blood Oath.
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, baby. Pack
There you
six.
go.
Now that's a sexy.
You
bottle.
guys talking about buying off of the labels? I first got interested in that because of the coffin.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
okay. What the hell label is that? So this was actually pretty good. I'm still looking at 5. I know my brother
Yeah.
Baker there. But it was get that 5 or do I get Rock Hill Farms, Weller 12, and
Ooh.
the Michter's toasted.
Yeah.
Well, 3 for 1. I'd go for the 3
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, and listen, I'm sorry, Mark, real quick. I do have a case of Rock Hill Farms on order. And when I get it, if I have Jody, you're gonna be glad because you got one already. Everybody else will get one. And whatever I pay for it, you guys will pay for it.
Down
That
for
sounds
it.
good.
Chalk me up for 1.
Now, that's a good man right there.
That's just BS. It should go to the highest bidder.
So
Does
Only if you buy a bottle. You got to
So I
buy a
have-
bottle of Cafe 305.
I have a bottle of Blood Oath sitting on my shelf that I knew it was kind of hard to get, and I bought it, and I will never crack that open myself. That's just like a perfect example.
I finished my pack 5 about a month and a half ago. Actually, I think I finished it on the show. And about a month ago, I found the pack 6. It hadn't quite made it into PA yet, but I found it as soon as it made it in. I found it at a local store, and I'm like, I don't like paying over $100 for a bottle of bourbon, but for that one, I paid. It was $109.99.
Yeah, I think I spent like $116 for it or whatever.
You're right.
Reasons to
Yeah,
make
yeah, Rob, you can do that when you work for the distillers because you claim you like make food and stuff, but I don't know if I believe that shit anymore. You just get everything super cheap and stuff that's just impossible to get. You just walk into the local grocery store. Hey, this was in PA at one of their liquor stores. So it's the store I know where I got my 5 the year before. So I always look. They keep it behind the counter on a shelf, and I always look when I walk in. I walk by the cashier and I'm looking at the shelf. I'm like, what's interesting back there today, guys?
Hey, Mark,
Well, that's
dad
Is
with
that your
you?
dad?
Hey, Jody, this is my dad right here.
Hey.
Hey, Pops.
Thank you, man. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
So, are you in Maryland or are you in Arizona?
We're in
Or
Arizona.
Nevada. No,
Yeah.
Arizona. Yeah.
Hey, you know the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
No, it looks like I'm looking at like
It
the
certainly does not.
Right. And he's sipping Blood Oath as well.
Yeah. You guys, that's not father and son, man. That's clones right there.
Yeah, it is. It's like remember when they
I'll
cloned
take
those
theirs,
two
Cheers.
Here's to you, Pop.
Whatever.
Dolly and Molly?
Was it Dolly and Molly?
So-
I think it's Dolly and Molly.
No, it's not.
But y'all looking good over there.
Yes. Yeah.
In the words of Billy, be good to yourself.
Be good to
There you
yourself.
You know what that
There you
means?
go.
You got to drink.
Cheers, brothers.
One love.
But we were talking about earlier about opening up bottles, and I can definitely understand your position there, both Jack and DJ. For me, like I sought after, and I finally got a Stag Senior, and well, it's not my first one, but I got one, and I wanted to have it for when I defended my dissertation. That was going to be the drink that I was going to have. And that's what I did. And then I had a small little fill. So, I mean, there's not that much missing out of it. I had a small little fill on Thanksgiving as well with my family. And both times I had it neat because that is, one, it's stout and it is good. It is solid good. But honestly, all my bottles, I like to try something different, you know, whether I want to try, I have 2 bottles of 12. If I want to try 12, Weller 12, I'll try it. If I want to try the 107 or Old Elk like Jack sent me, or you know, Lucky 7 or something new, I just pick something out and I just pick out what I want, you know, and I don't want to sit there and go, well, it's not open, you know, I'm waiting for some kind of I mean, there's some like Rock Hill Farms. I waited till my wife and I's anniversary to have a drink of that, because that is a very, for me, it's a very, very good drink and hard to find. And I've been fortunate to find
everywhere
this year. And so I feel pretty stoked to have that and have those opportunities. One that I haven't had recently, or since the show we did the last time you and I were together, was the Sinatra. You know how much I loathe anything Jack Daniels. Yeah, I mean, like I truly hate them. But the Sinatra is that is a fabulous drink. If you ever get a chance to try that, and you out there is watching it, and you're looking for something that's, it doesn't have a low price point by any means. It is expensive, but it is definitely good. It's definitely no, it's not cheaper than that. It's more than that.
It's $150.
Yeah,
$150. Okay, I thought it was 100, but all right.
no,
At the place I was just at where I picked up that store pick 1792, they had a couple of bottles on the shelf, and I asked them, like, how much is it? It was $170 in West Virginia, $150 in Ohio. It's $160 in PA.
well, in Tennessee, we apparently have the market in Tennessee. It's 149. I think.
Yeah, it's $150 at the Jack Daniels distillery at their shop.
Yeah.
I paid 154 British in Cancun Airport duty free. That's where I got mine.
Yeah.
There you go.
150.
About 175.
So that's like 180, right?
And I will be in Atlanta in 2 weeks. We won't be doing a show on the 14th or the 13th or 14th. I will be out of town, but I'll be in Atlanta. And I found on their duty, I guess they're in the duty free area. They actually have Blanton's for $49, which is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it'll still be for 2 weeks, but if it is, I'm going to be packaging up a case of it and sending it home from the airport.
Bring an empty suitcase.
Bring an empty suitcase.
Yeah. So one of the
Buy an empty
oldest,
suitcase and then fill it up.
one of the oldest bottles in my collection, if you call it a collection, right now it's from a local place, Breckenridge.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is
that's a cool
batch.
box.
Yeah, it's a cool box. Check it. Wait till you open it up.
Wow.
So it's, oh wait, you can't see me now though.
It's okay.
That's nice, man.
Yeah. So and it's batch 7. This one was $325. So it's also my most expensive bottle in the collection. That's retail. This was bought at Breckenridge Distillery in Breckenridge, Colorado. So it's a little light in color.
I've never seen that before. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a malt mash. Okay.
Yep. And I have not yet opened this. One of the reasons why, so some of the things, some of the stuff in my collection, I'll do 1 dram or 1 pour for my birthday. I have a special bottle for that. My girlfriend got me confiscated Kentucky Owl, so I'm gonna do that for Christmas Eve. You know, I also have a Whistle Pig 15 year that I'm doing just for my birthday as well. So I have a handful of ones that I'm just doing that I'm gonna open that are kind of allocated-ish or expensive.
Okay.
But I use them for special occasions, you know. And then the other things, you know, maybe my stepson, maybe he, you know, when he turns 21 or gets married, maybe I'll give him one of the bottles out of my collection, you know, or when he has his first kid or something to that nature. So it's not, I'm not just holding it, although I do joke with my girlfriend. I'm like, I want to be cremated, and you better get something that's like really well insulated, because we're throwing all the bourbon in with me to get cremated with, and that thing will blow up. So yeah, so I mean, not everything is gonna. It's not everything that I have is just gonna sit there and collect dust. But about five or so bottles will definitely just sit there and collect
Well,
dust.
we'll bury you with those bottles of bourbon, but I'm going to filter it through my kidneys first.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Please do.
That's-
I expect nothing less.
Well, listen, I got a question.
That's
Mark.
on the kettle black.
Sir,
You
Like
have to
DJ.
forgive me. I don't know your dad's name, but
let's call
listen,
him Papa Lou.
Papa Lou.
Lou.
Listen, he's sitting back there and he looks like he's got a lot of experience on him.
Oh,
Drop some knowledge on us about anything. Tell us.
Uh-oh.
Speak, sir.
Got subject.
Late
Oh,
night with
he's got a fairly expensive bottle at in Maryland.
What
You
we
talk about
got?
that bottle you have?
Which one?
That 15 was a $2,000 bottle you have.
Oh, yes. I got one of the cognacs,
Louis.
the Louis.
Oh,
Oh,
Trey.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got a Louis color about three something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Louis
they're
the
about
13th?
35.
Yeah.
The 13th. Wow.
Those things
That's
are
good
$100,
stuff.
man. I
That
think we
box is
talked about that
beautiful.
in the group chat a little bit. I think a while ago. Back.
Yeah.
This has been a long time since I worked at TSA. But when I worked at TSA, I was working in check bag, like in the basement of the airport kind of thing. And I've seen
Wow.
more than one bottle of Louis 14 come through, because those bottles, because it's a heavy crystal on the bottles,
Yeah.
it always sets off the alarms as
Yep.
a shield alarm, like it's like a lead shielding, because it's so
Oh,
thick.
lead, yeah.
And
It's
so
Waterford.
you would have to go through and search the bottle, and you're like, someone really put Louis 14 in a bag that they're gonna let me touch. Like, you're gonna let my ass touch this bag, because you don't know how we treat bags down there. But like, don't send stuff through check baggage, please, if it's valuable.
But you know, the
Those
thing
people,
is,
we molest bags.
You
purpose
can't
for
bring it on.
Like, that's how
You
it
can't
is.
bring it on.
Like, I never broke one. I promise you. I was careful with those guys. But
listen,
like,
that bottle's worth what, like $1,000?
Just the bottle itself. Yep.
Yeah.
it was incredible to me. I'm looking at it like I'm looking at like Holy Grail or something like that, you know, because I'm swiping it and putting it in the machine to make sure it's not an explosive, which of course it isn't.
And he's still staring at it because it's sitting in his collection at home.
So like, you look at these things, like people put this in their check luggage, was like us
Yeah.
people. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well, like I
don't
said,
do
you
that.
can't.
Find another way.
But you know what that
people-
is too, though?
But you can't bring it on the plane because it's too
And-
much volume.
Right.
Yeah.
More than 3 ounces, so you can't bring it on the plane.
No,
so
I
it's the
know,
only way to
I
get
know.
it.
But you can ship stuff like air freight. Like you could do it that way, and you could, you know, maybe special instructions or something like that, or pad the hell out of it. But the way things were packaged in those bags, it was asking for something bad to happen.
But you know,
You
a
would
lot of
shot-
times
you
in
would
cases
shot
like
put
that,
80-pound bags, and just to see how far they could fly through the like. Are you going to trust your $2,000 investment to some guy who's making $13 an hour?
Yeah.
hates his
I have
job?
a feeling. One of my bottles of olive oil has been thrown across a warehouse, and we're waiting for the guy with gout to receive it.
well, listen,
Ouch.
it's funny
Bottle
because
kill, boys.
Put it out there,
Cheers.
guys. We're
the
not
thing
nice.
is, a lot of times you can find something if you're on a trip and it happens to be a lot less expensive than where it normally is. I mean, listen, when I sent the bottle to Jody, the only thing in it was the bottle, but that thing was wrapped. How long did it take you to unwrap it, Jody?
Oh man, I was going to say something about that. I worked up a sweat. It was like a full workout. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm going to cut my fingers off trying to get this damn thing open. Like, not only was it wrapped like from the store, all right? So like he got it from the store in the little brown bag and it was wrapped up. And so it was wrapped like that.
So the brown bag was in there too.
Of course. And then it was wrapped in plastic that actually said, or the bubble wrap that said, keep away from, had a warning on it, said keep away from children under 3. And I was like, really? Why did he take that? All right. So anyway, so that is,
But if you're 3, it's okay.
that thing was wrapped like from the top to the bottom in a spiral all the way down. All right.
Wow.
And then he had the industrial size wrapping on it
Mhm.
that went around that, and then it was wrapped as well. And then the box, it was in the box, and it was had bubble wrap in the box as well. And then the box lid actually came to like a teepee, and he had pink tape on it, and then it said fragile. And I was like,
Listen,
Okay.
let me tell you why I did it.
I could have dropped that thing probably from at least a 10-story building, and it not.
What
But-
you're saying is he did a good job.
But listen,
He
here's
did
the
an
thing.
egg drop challenge in high school.
But here's the thing. I've seen what the post office do to boxes, even if it says fragile on it. So the last thing I wanted was to get that bottle and then it not get to you okay. When I tell you I track that thing every day, I tracked it like I saw it moving to your door.
It should be there. And but I go look outside, and sure enough, me and the delivery guy who I hate, my postal guy, he's a douche, right? And so like he gets, for example, he hates walking up my steps. I get that. I hate walking up my steps too, and I live here. All right, I get it. All right, but if you're going to bring stuff up to my steps and I meet you there, don't drop it in front of me on the step. Right? That's first. Right. The second thing is, if you're going to take the time to drive up my driveway and bring it up to my steps, bring the freaking mail with you. All right. Don't put the car in reverse, drive the 200 meters down my driveway, back up, put the mail in the mailbox, and then wait.
Oh, he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you
That's
get
absolutely done on purpose.
That dude, me and him hate each
I'm
other.
guessing he doesn't like you either.
No, it has to be mutual because
That's funny.
I mean, it has to be because like one day I walked outside to take the dogs out there and I was with my wife and we were putting the dogs out and walked out front or walking them. And I look over in the flower garden, there's like one of our packages. I'm like, really? You couldn't even get out of the car this time. You just threw it off through the flower garden. You're like, boom, that looks soft. In reverse.
Drive-by postman.
But did it break?
Yeah.
Did it break?
But no,
Rob, I've joined you in
If
the
he's
bottle
watching
kill,
the
Rob.
show, you will not be getting.
There you go. There's a good, now there's a good bottle kill right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Nice.
I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, I feel like I would be hurt if we went through all that and the bottle didn't get there safe.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
when my dear buddy Mark, I'm sending off the sauce, and I said this is going to Arizona, right? I'm like, the package is already printed and everything. Oh no, I'm like, it's going to Georgia. So literally, I was like, you know what? It's a good thing I like Mark.
Now the address was on there though.
Yeah.
Well,
But I appreciate
that's funny with Mark. Like when I was sending your dad the Blantons,
Uh,
which by the way, it was also wrapped really, really well too, because I thought it was going to Mark. And I was like, hey, Mark, so I'm at the post office. I'm like, hey, what's your address? He goes, oh, it's going to my dad. And I'm like, oh man, his dad's going to hate me. I put and it was bubble wrap. Is that
he just
correct?
thought you were wrapping it well for protection.
But ask him, turn around and ask him, is that true?
Yeah, well, it was wrapped well. The
Yeah,
Blantons?
it took me 1 hour to open it.
Hey, John, didn't I send you a couple of shots?
Yeah, you know what? And they're still sitting right here. I swear to
All
God.
right.
Right, look how quickly I had them in front of me. They're right
he was
here.
ready with
There
that.
you go. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're
Oh, I sent you Cream of Kentucky and Turning Point, right?
no, you got Blantons.
Oh, I sent you a Blanton's. All right.
Little jar of
No,
butter.
Okay.
no, and I have not. I don't know why I haven't tried them yet. I'm weird with that.
That's all right.
But
That's
I'm
several
sitting in
times
my.
we're here tonight. We
So,
accept-
They're
we
actually-
I bring-
They're in my
I bring
work
that up
office
only
area.
because I have 2-ounce shots of all kinds of different stuff that I've saved over the years.
Okay.
If comes a time I'm actually going to ship you a bottle of something, you're going to get a little lagniappe with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So DJ, by the way, DJ hooked me up with a bottle of Eagle Rare, the small bottle of 350, and for those that don't know, and I wasn't expecting any extra goodies with the bag or with the packaging. It was just supposed to be a straight trade up. I feel bad because I didn't send anything back with mine. It was just the one bottle. But this here gave me an idea for some future shows for the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. So be part of the VIP chats if you want. Be part of the video for sure, and you'll be included on some of the cool ideas that we have coming down the road on this. That was kind of started, or at least impregnated by DJ.
It's a good thing you live in fucking Colorado, okay?
Too much elevation.
Slap me silly for that one, I'm sure. But
I will also give a shout out
And
to my friend Mark when he sent me when he shipped me a bottle of Smoke Wagon. Also sent me a few very nice smokes, and I wanted to
Nice.
publicly thank him for those.
nice.
Thank you, my friend.
So those of
Thank
you who
you.
are watching this right now,
When
I want
Mark,
to cut you all off real quick because I want to do can I do the ad for this?
well, hold on a
So for
second.
those
I'm
of you
not done talking.
watching right now,
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm not done talking.
oh,
So when Mark sent me a package, he sent me cigars as well. I mean, it was freaking awesome. He also sent me beef jerky, I guess, because I love starving.
Your surprise was the
And I was
best.
like, is this a joke? And he goes, no, man, I needed something else put in there. I just threw it in there. They were good, by the way. Me and my boys, we ate it when we were out.
There you
hunting.
go.
So they kept us fueled, and we got a deer.
There you go.
So there you go. But Zach, you're wanting to end the show for us tonight?
if I could, I would love to.
Okay, let me say this before you end the show, Mr. Frost. Listen, anybody out there watching this, just think about all the benefits of being a part of this group. The brotherhoodship, the fact that when we send each other stuff, it's not about money. And 9 times out of 10, you get more than what you was expecting. I don't know about you guys, but I can't tell you any of the group that I'm a part of that happens like this.
Well, I mean, think about how many times have you heard "I love you" from me?
Quite a few. Yeah.
It's making the rest of us wonder exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
It's okay in this world.
Dirty rabbit.
That's never going to be.
So I was watching another, and maybe it was last Wednesday or Saturday, another Page's Zoom session. And it's totally different than ours. And you can tell just in the way they banter with each other. Our banter is definitely more of a brotherhood banter. And I appreciate that. I chimed in a few times, but I don't know that I would ever want to be a part of that. Because one of the things they like to do on a Saturday night is the bottle chug, which makes zero. I'm going to put it out there. That makes 0 sense to me. I don't want to do a bourbon chug ever. Yes. They take the bottle and why?
Why?
It just makes no sense to me.
And I haven't seen this Zoom and I don't know, but I look around this group and I do see a bunch of grown ass men. And I'll put it that way that like, you know, we have an appreciation maybe more than like trying to show off necessarily.
Yeah, that's a little
Like,
weird, yeah.
it's not. If people like
I would
to
rather
do
shake
that,
my hand and
have
clap than
fun,
shove
whatever,
the
like, I just have no interest in it. I just have no interest.
Wait. Well, say that one more time, Al. You rather what?
Oh, sorry, dude. I thought I was on mute. I'd rather shake my hand and clap.
That was worth repeating.
You just don't
That's
drink
beautiful.
bourbon, man. It's the point I made before about closed bottles and collecting. And again, it wasn't a judgment at all because I've got bottles that are unopened.
It's not a judgment. No, it's just
It's not at all. But it's the same. It's like it's made to be enjoyed. It's made to be appreciated, and you can't appreciate it if you're throwing it down your neck like a.
Yeah.
I'm not
Right.
going to use another one.
That-
but I'll leave you
and
on
that's
that. But
exactly how I
you
feel
can't
about
do
that.
Don't you guys use
Yeah.
the word numpty? I've heard that before. It's
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
use
still-
any. We can't
Lumpy.
classify people. Let's leave that alone.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
All right.
Wankers. Oh, wankers.
Jack Frost, are you triggered?
Yeah.
I am
Mhm.
Now,
I'm
isn't it-
triggered.
All right.
Hey, Rich.
Did
Alright.
somebody mention ending the call before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's what I
Billy
was going to
ended?
say. So before we end, the
Mhm.
big key point is always drink responsibly, no drinking and driving, and be kind to each other, man. Love each other. Don't call people, numpties.
Numpty.
Yeah,
Haters.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Or anything. Or anything.
Call them
Or
anything
Antonio,
else.
right?
That rhymes with hater.
Don't.
There's no reason
British
to.
insults are the best.
Yeah, they
People
are.
half the time they don't know what you mean.
At the
You can
freaking
get away with it.
Urban-
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary.
That's right.
But anyway,
All right.
we're doing
So
something unusual
Been a
tonight.
pleasure, gentlemen.
Well, hold on a second.
let me close
We'll let
this
Jack-
down because I got it all laid out. You
Hold on,
ready?
so we're gonna let Jack close this out. So go ahead, Jack.
Drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. If you put ice in your bourbon, make sure it's clear.
Oh my God.
Also,
Cold. Make sure it's cold.
also visit our unofficial sponsor, cafe305bbq.com, cafe305barbecue.com.
Thank you, sir.
You. And also whiskeyrebellion.com, and check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Be a part of the VIP chat because there's a
Instagram.
lot more going on than just what you see and hear right here. This is one of the reasons why this video and these broadcasts feel so natural, because we have a relationship outside of just this 1 hour, 2 times a week. Join the VIP, ask the doc to be part of it. David's okay, from what I hear. But yeah. And if you have prawns and Kobe beef in your fridge just kind of hanging out, we want to be part of that too. So we're here for you. We're here for you. So if you want a good laugh on a Wednesday, Monday night, let us be that person. Let us be that group.
If
that
you
gives
drink
that
Jack for
laugh.
your breakfast, we don't judge. Yeah.
And I saw DJ's pajama bottoms, about 24 minutes ago. They looked like they had little ducks on them. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Cheers. Be good
Well-
to yourself, Billy.
Cheers, guys. Be good
Well,
to yourself.
Cheers,
Be
friends.
good to yourself.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
I love this
Bye,
show.
Bill.
Love it.